At the previous station, I explained the various underlying reasons that make Animal Farm an example of a fable. In this video, I will elaborate in detail about several instances that prove the reasoning behind the points, which include an underlying ethical moral, the representation of animals as main characters, and the personification of these animals throughout the story. First, an example to demonstrate how the animals were personified throughout the story is the pigs teaching the other animals how to speak and read letters and words in English. In Chapter 3 it states, "As for the pigs, they could already read and write perfectly. The dogs learned to read fairly well, but were not interested in reading anything except for the 7 commandments. Muriel, the goat, could read somewhat better than the dogs, and sometimes used to read the others in the evenings from scraps of newspaper which she found in the rubbish heap," on page 10. Furthermore, another example of this personification is when the pigs began to dress as men and walk on 2 legs, even though that contradicts the first commandment of "Whatever goes upon 2 legs is an enemy," in chapter 10, when it says, "And finally, there was a tremendous baying of dogs and a shrill crowing from the black cockerel, and out came Napoleon himself, majestically upright, casting haughty glances from side to side, and with his dogs gambolling round him," page 39. Finally, the moral of the story is demonstrated through the final chapter when Napoleon himself is indistinguishable from the original man who they had sworn to hate, making himself just as bad as the enemy. It states, "The creature outside looked from pig to man, and from man to pig, and from pig to man again, but already it was impossible to say which was which," on page 42. This statement proves that Orwell develops the moral that with power all creatures may turn away from their original intentions and seek something of more greed and evil. In summary, throughout the examples given, Animal Farm is clearly a fable.